All right, man. Welcome to the Disclaimer Podcast, man. Well, we got a special guest in the house tonight, this morning, this afternoon. PX, what's up, man?
Oh, man. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Oh, man.
This was a journey just to get to this part. Just looking for the parking.
That's how we like it. Yeah. We like to be incognito and, you know what I'm saying?
Like complicated.
Exactly. You know, with the crazy world today, you know. How you been, though?
I'm good. I mean, other than going through a third divorce.
A third divorce?
I know. No one even knew I was married a third time. Some of my family didn't even know I was married a first time.
You got to start saying, I don't.
Yeah. I think I started. So yeah, that's what pretty much I've been up to, raising 2 kids. You know how it is, raising a family. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I got 4 of my own.
Yeah, I know. But mine are in the teenage years right now.
Oh, shit.
2 girls, man.
So see, you got those little talking back motherfuckers.
Oh yeah. They give me the toot all day, but it's terrible because it's like fighting with myself, like a younger version of myself, and I can't get mad because I raised her. Like, she looks just like me, and I'm just like, you know what? You need to cool off.
She's the reason I'm like, you know, I'm the reason she liked it.
Right. Exactly. Right. So I give them, you know, credit. It's not like how my parents were. They're just like, why are you like that? I'm like, you guys.
with me, I'm just like, you know, I just shut my kids down. Listen, I don't want to hear that shit. I say
Are you
what
the
I
disciplinary?
Said. Yes.
Okay, see.
I'm the disciplinary. My wife is like, she acts like she, you know, but she ain't shit.
Don't tell your dad.
Right. Exactly. See, she don't want to just say that.
Right.
Just, hey, I'm gonna tell your dad how much she's, you know, she tries to discipline because I came in with a kid and she came in with a kid. We had 2 of our own.
Blended.
We blended, exactly. You know, and she tries to, I'm gonna tell you, she tried to discipline herself, but I'm like, you know, just fuck it, tell me. I'll deal with it.
I'll do the discipline. I'll be the bad guy.
Yeah.
I do both right now, but I mean, their dad does a pretty good job. But other than that, I mean, it's a millennium, right? Like, every family's blended now.
Yeah.
You know, even he's blended with another family.
Oh, shit, right.
And his son, for the longest time, was calling me mom. When I would FaceTime with my kids, he's because they'd call me mom. Uh-huh. So this poor kid is so confused. He was like, Mom? I mean, I'm not going to tell him no, because technically I am a mom.
Yeah, that's me. I don't like to say step.
No. Yeah, and I don't want to give the poor kid a complex. He's a good kid. So then as he got older, now he's 5, and he's just like, girl's mom. Right. Now he's able to identify, like, that's me, not my mom. but that's their mom. So
I don't like to say step. You know, I got 3 of my own.
That's so family, man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a believer, and it takes a village.
Oh,
it takes a village, man.
Now a county.
Yes, I can see your kids out and about, and if I gotta put my parent hat on to your kids,
100.
I gotta put my I'm not about to watch a kid fall on his face. No.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a different time too. Versus our parents, they just smack us.
Yeah, right. Now
you have time to react.
You'll be in jail.
You can't even do that to your kids. I don't smack my kids, which is weird, right? I mean, like, I was raised that way, so you think that it's common to pass that on.
Right.
But I was like, nah. I mean, I spanked my kids a couple of times, and it only took that couple of times for them to know, like, all right, mom's serious.
Yeah,
but now it's not even spanking anymore. It's the moment I drop that F-bomb.
Right.
They're like, oh shit, she's mad.
That's me. Like, that's me. I ain't gotta.
You fucking kidding me?
Exactly. Or sit your motherfucking ass down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't try to play.
Yeah. And I'm good. My kids can't stand it. I know how to hold my ground. If I implement a punishment,
you're a man of your word.
I'm a man of my word. If I gotta, I make kids stand in the corner and shit still.
Yeah.
So if you gotta stand in the corner for 3 hours, you gonna stand in the fucking corner for 3 hours. Yeah. I'm gonna sit there and watch you stand in the corner for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Now I'm that parent.
That's called discipline, and that's good discipline.
Exactly.
Right?
That's good. Exactly. We're not hitting it. We just okay.
But heaven forbid a Karen passes by your house and sees you having kids sitting in the corner for 3 hours.
Right.
He's deprived.
Exactly.
He's being neglected.
Bitch, mind your business. This is punishment. Goddamn it. This kid ain't finna be talking crazy to me even when they get older.
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm taking your phone for 6 months, I'm taking your phone for 6 months.
See, and that's where it's been hard, because then I want to get a hold of my kids, especially when they go to their dad's side. So I'm like, all right, you get your phone back.
Right. See, like I said, I go to the extreme. Yeah. If you have to have your phone, like you said, if you go to the other parent house or something, I know how to put the settings on to where you can't do shit but
only talk to
exactly answering call certain people. You know,
see, you gotta put that parent restriction. Hey, I have to give you props because that's like parenting of the millennium.
Yeah, exactly. I just move with the time.
Right. Versus people are like, I just take it away, shut it off. That's like taking away drugs from an addict. Exactly. Kids are going crazy. Some of them are throwing up.
Did you see the shit on the, it was a news article out, was it Virginia or something? I don't know where it was, but recently a 10-year-old shot his mother dead or some shit about taking his phone. I said, yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, fucking these kids and these phones.
10 years old.
10 years old, man. He shot his mama.
Why?
And because she took an electronic, I want to say his phone.
Or maybe a gaming console.
It was his game on his phone.
You know what they're going to be pointing at? It's because he's watching too much GTA.
Exactly.
He's playing too much GTA. Well, he didn't steal the car.
Exactly.
but still, I'm not saying it's okay.
Right.
But that's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking...
That's crazy.
I said, man, these kids and these... That's why you got to like...
You got to be on your kids.
You got to be on your kids.
Be on your kids,
You can't just stick them in front of the video game.
No.
All fucking day and feel like, you know, that they going to get some shit done.
Remember, there's stuff like that happening back in the day in the 70s and the 80s. Without modern technology, and kids were still doing crazy ass shit like that.
Yeah, for real.
So now that there is modern technology, it's like spreading like wildfire.
It's spreading and I think that's where a lot of the school shootings and shit and mass shootings and shit come from. First of all, I don't like
manifesting this stuff.
Yeah, man,
literally posting it on the internet.
And I think that's why it's happening more and more and more and more and more because they see basically people being famous and getting famous off this shit. I hate it so much because it's like it's not a game, man. People losing their fucking life. And that's not the way to get
like you want to spread good stuff, love, like not murder.
Right, exactly.
I just don't understand the concept. And there's people coming out like, I wanted to be a serial killer.
Like what the fuck? Who thinks like that? Like what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know if it's something in the water. I don't know if time is changing. But I mean, I'm kind of glad that we're like staying indoors because like, you know, all the stuff that's happening even outdoors, like big events.
Right.
You know, people are getting trampled, like stuff that did you hear that stuff is it Korea? I want to say Korea.
And all those people died. That was
Dude, it was because then it was a small alley.
Oh, that's why.
And then they all got congested in there, and then they trampled and literally killed. And they were kids. These were teenagers to middle aged, and it's an ongoing event that they do every year.
That's why I think when people have these events, man, you gotta like the promoters and shit. You gotta be more careful, man. Especially these kids events. But these are kids we're talking about, man. You got to have extra security. Pay for extra security. Pay for certain shit. Pay for extra metal detectors. All that shit, man.
Get volunteers.
Exactly. Like
there's people who would love to volunteer and be part of the event. I see it happen all the time. And I don't know how it is in other countries, but we've also seen it in America where concerts have just gone bad. And it's so crazy that it's like that. And we're living in this era where it's like, shouldn't we have thought about that before we did the concert?
Right.
like, were we not thinking about this? This little narrow alleyway with thousands of people piping through it. It started to bottleneck. I mean,
did nobody think that this was a hazard? Like, this was like, come on, man.
I'd rather think that way than not think that way. Because people are like, why are you thinking like that? I'm all, because it happened.
Like it just happened, you know?
It's reality.
And you're trying to get ahead of the game. You're trying to think about it and, you know.
And the only way you can do that is if you think about it.
It's the only way, exactly.
The only way you get ahead of the game is thinking about it.
Yeah, people always thinking in the moment. You can't fucking think in the moment, like, all the time, man. Like that shit is getting it's wild. People thinking in the moment. So talk about, you said you're on your third divorce. Like
man.
how is it? Because I'm married.
Yeah.
I'm married
and congratulations on the baby boy. He's now one.
He's about to be two.
Oh my God.
Right.
COVID baby.
Exactly. He's a COVID baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. He acts like a fucking COVID baby too. But talk about like, is it like marriage? You don't think marriage is for you? Or you gonna
so that's the thing. I'm a hopeful romantic. I think marriage is a sacred thing. Trust me, Hannibal, I did not want to get married a third time.
Okay.
No one wants to get married a third time.
Nobody want to get married a third time.
I'm sure J-Lo and Kim, they didn't even want to get married a third time.
Shit, I feel like if this one don't work here, I'm not getting married again.
But my thing was, this guy that I married the third time, like I've known him for years. Like we grew up together. I mean, I've known him for 23 years. Like,
oh shit.
Fun fact, he lost his virginity to me. I mean, not 23 years later, but back then, right? When we were younger. And I didn't know. And then we reconnected and I was like, oh man, we've been best friends this whole time. Like we knew about people we've seen, you know what I mean? Like we were just on a whole nother level of friendship. And I can see it being one of those ones where you're like, man, if we don't get married when we're like 40, like let's marry each other. It was like one of those, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And we did it, and it was like the biggest mistake of my life.
Now let me ask you, did it fuck up y'all friendship though?
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
it did.
wow.
But we're still friends. Like,
Okay.
I'm still I'm still his friend. I'm always there. But that's the type of person that I've always been. Like, you know, even like if my ex-husbands or ex-boyfriends, they like slide in my DMs, they're like, hey, is everything okay? I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. Like, but I'm always like, does your wife know you're messaging me? Because I don't do that. I don't do that. And you know, first ex-husband was a drug addict, so obviously that ended that. I'm like, no, I can't fuck with this dude. Like, we need help. Second one, it was infidelity, but I didn't even blink. I was like, I saw text messages going back and forth. He denied it, but I just knew in my heart, and I was like, I can't do this, and so I filed for the divorce. Right.
Oh, you don't fuck around.
I didn't
one
fuck
time, I'm out.
Dude, I didn't even see messages. I just saw phone, like the bill.
Yeah.
The phone numbers going back and forth, and I started to dial the number, and it was one of my homegirls. I was like, hell no. Done. They denied it. They tried to shag me. It wasn't me, right? 6 months later, they ended up being together. And I was like, come on, dude. Like, I'm not dumb. So I was done. Hannibal. I was like, no, I don't want to get married again. We have two beautiful girls from that marriage. That's the best thing that could have ever happened. And then once the third one.
He smashing a homie. Come, and then he got with the homie 6 months later.
And then tried to say that it was nothing. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're busted. And so with the third one, it was infidelity again, but I gave it a chance. Right. I was like, you know what? I never gave it a chance with my kid's dad. So I'm going to try and make this marriage work. Mm-hmm. Infidelity happened, and it just kept going. And I was like, I can't, I'm out, tap me out, dude. Like, I'd rather not. Like,
with the homie though, see, I feel like you gave the third one a chance because, you know, it's infidelity, but it ain't with the homie.
Yeah, no.
It's with the homie, see, man.
And I was good friends. Like, our kids grew up together. So then we'd be at family gatherings. You know, and the other one wasn't a homie though. It was my parents' neighbor, which makes it even worse because I drive by, I'm not even married to him anymore, but every time I drive to my parents' house, I want to fuck that bitch up.
See, I was about to say that.
I want to egg her house. I want to key her car. I want to be like, whore, like all over her car, bro. But I don't. I'm a lady and I'm trying to teach my kids, like, because they know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah, it's not working out. It was, you know, cheated. And they know about their dad, too. But at the same time, like, I'm trying to teach women, like, it's okay. Like, it's going to happen. Right. When you meet the right one, you meet the right one. Obviously, I thought third time's a charm. No, that's not how that works. But I want to empower my kids to let them know, like, you don't have to deal with bullshit like that. And that's how
that's how I feel about, see, this might sound like weird or crazy. Like, people take.
We like weird.
Yeah. People take, like, getting in and leaving relationships too serious.
Right.
Like, way too.
Listen, like, fight for, if you love that person, you're going to fight for that person.
But if it's over with, okay, it's fucking over with. Why are you acting crazy? Why are you knocking shit down and kicking windows in and spazzing out? I'm not that person. I just don't know how to do that. Like, I'm like, if it's over with, it's over with.
It's over. It's over.
Just a fucking marriage. A relationship. Now, marriage is kind of different because, you know,
it's a sacred thing. I 100% believe in working marriage. 100%. Right. What I don't agree with is when people say to stay in a marriage for the kids.
Oh, hell
that is gonna fuck up the kids.
Exactly.
And that fucks up the people raising the kids. 100%. But if you stay together because you love each other, then keep it like that.
Exactly.
Fight for that person.
Man, if I'm not happy or if my significant other is not happy,
you want to know
what the fuck? Exactly.
Tell me.
Exactly.
Right.
And if we got to break up, that's what we got to do, kids. I'm always gonna be your fucking dad. I'm always gonna be your daddy. I don't know how to. I can't. I would never leave my kids.
Yeah.
I don't give. Me and their mama could break up right now, and I'm gonna always. When I was with my oldest daughter's. Right. Mom. She's about to be 14 tomorrow, actually.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. So, but when I was with her, you know what I'm saying, and we broke up, like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to court. I went to court, fought for my kid, all that. When we was doing the back and forth shit, we good now. But
you guys have a good, better parenting relationship.
Yeah, we good now.
See, that's good.
We good.
That's key.
Yeah, that's
to the future.
Yeah.
Because think about it. You stay together and you're miserable. These kids are going to be used to being miserable.
Exactly. I always think about the key. I know how to, oh shit, my bad. I know
dang, Hannibal, calm down. Calm down.
I know how to be a daddy to my kids.
Right.
I don't, like, if the relationship is over, you know, that's just life.
Right.
I'm sorry, but my kids are stuck with me.
They're 100%. They're the future.
Yeah, they're stuck with me for life. I'm stuck with them for life, so I'm always be around.
And I give hands down props to the people who are able to co-parent with their exes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why it goes bad. You don't have that team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's the opposite team or not, where it's still a game. In the end, this is a game. Who's gonna die first? I was like, and who's gonna keep them living? Right.
Right.
Like, the kid, our kids still fucking outlive us.
And some people be making it hard, but it's hella easy to me.
It is.
That's because I'm so like I let shit roll off my shoulder. Like,
it's chill. Like life's too short to be tripping off of. I can't believe she looked at me that way.
Yeah, like nobody give a like. Who cares? We grown. Especially when you're an adult.
Yeah.
When you young, you do young shit.
Yeah.
But right now, man, fuck all that.
Especially
I'm
once
like,
you have kids, man.
Exactly.
You gotta grow up.
I tell people that all the time, man. When you have kids, you can't do certain shit.
No.
You can't say certain shit. I'm always, tell my kids, to stand on what you say and how you feel. But it's like when you just got to move different when you got kids.
Right.
That's why I made the statement earlier, like people take relationships, getting in them and getting out of them too serious. Let me not say, for single people, people with no kids, I don't know. But if you got kids, getting in a relationship or not, being in a relationship or not being in one. If we got to break up, so what? If we're going to get a relationship, so it's not that fucking important.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
If my kids got to leave me, that's the end of the world.
Exactly. 100%.
So it's like, so getting in and out of relationships or staying in marriages. So to me, you've been divorced 3 times. Like, it didn't fucking work. Oh, well.
Yeah. No, and for me, I feel like, it's great material. Like,
exactly. And if you had to leave, your kids, say if you divorced and one of your kids got to be divorced too, you're gonna be devastated. Like, hell nah,
dude. And I feel like my kids are watching me and thinking like, okay, when I get married, like that's it, that's the one. Like, and I'm like, pick and choose. You're king. You know what I mean? You're queen. Whatever it is, pick and choose. You don't have to marry the first person. I did not marry the first person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I lost my virginity. Like, I didn't do any of that. I went with my heart, and obviously my heart was wrong. My brain was right. My heart was wrong. Right. And it's a learning experience. I mean, we're still amicable. I'm amicable with all my exes. Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, that's me, man. I'm cool with, like, I've only been in, I'll say 3 relationships. Yeah. I was in a long-term relationship first with my oldest daughter's mom. We're from kids to adults together.
And that's your oldest, you said,
that's
right?
my
14.
Oldest.
Okay, so mine's 14. Mine just turned 14 too.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. And then I was in a short relationship after my daughter's mom. Okay. A real short, like a, just a short relationship. Yeah, not even that, to be honest with you. We were just having fun.
See, you jumped and you were like, nope.
Yeah, I jumped out of something, she jumped out of something. We was like, all right.
So it wasn't like a crazy bad breakup. It was just like, hey, we're going our own path.
Nah, yeah, we just was. Yeah,
see, that's grown-up shit.
And then now, my wife, now we've been together 7 years.
Yeah. See, hey.
Yeah. So, and we've been friends for almost 20 years.
See, that's good. I feel like friendship is one of the key factors of being able to build a good relationship. Unfortunately, not my experience, because, I knew him for however many years. It's just crazy where you think you know someone and then you have no idea. It's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde,
Yeah, but...
And you give it the benefit of the doubt because you're like, because I'm his first marriage.
Right.
He took my last name.
Right. Oh, shit.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Is that how it go? Or y'all just did it?
No, so then I told him before we got married, I was like, I can take your last name. He's like, no, don't take my last name, because I wasn't even close to my dad. Like, my dad didn't raise me, so I don't care if he's like, you can keep your name. So when we actually got married, right, we went to Tahoe, just me and my kids, and we're filling out the paperwork, and the guy's like, do you guys want to change your name? And I was like, I mean, it's up to you. And he's like, I can take your last name. And I was like, what?
Whoa, that's the first time I ever heard of some shit like that.
And the people marrying us was like, I've been doing this for 16 years, and I've only had like 6 people do it.
God,
and I was like, this has to be a good sign, right? Like, this man is willing to take my last name.
That's first of all, hold on, I'm kind of blew away with this shit. So he took
your first.
Right.
Disclaimer podcast.
Disclaimer, like, we on this podcast do not mean any harm to anybody, anywhere. None of that. We are just here for entertainment purposes. Entertainment purposes only.
These are all jokes.
Okay, so wait, so he took your last name.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever heard of some shit like that in my life. You don't even see that in the movies.
I've seen people, so I'm in banking, like I have a day job, and I've seen people, a couple, take out their last name and then get a whole new last name.
Oh, shit.
And they came to my work, and they're like, we want to change our names. And I was like, oh, did you guys get married? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, so are you changing it from this one? They're like, no, we completely removed our last name and made up a new one.
Okay, so
this is the times, man.
Okay, so this dude, obviously I don't know the dude, but he took your last name.
Yeah, I know.
He kind of like, that's kind of like some, like, not like that, but fuck, what the type of simp shit is that?
It's a platinum ass pussy though.
Right, I'm about to say, listen.
That's what my cousin said when I told him that. They're like, he's a floro now.
I was like, about to listen. You got married to a man and he took your last name. You ain't got fire. You got fire, ice, clouds. That shit is boom, shakalaka, boom.
In the Japanese anime where they have all the different elements, earth, wind, water. Yeah, I got all of that.
God damn. So in the bedroom, like, who was fucking who? Because he took your last name. So
I think it was equal. It was equal in the bedroom. It was equal in the bedroom for sure.
Like shit.
But for me, like, I mean, I held it down. Like, I helped him buy. Dude, he was living at his mom. I helped him buy a house. We bought this house together. And then when I found out all the stuff that was going down, I was like, fuck this. I'm out. I'm going to go buy another place. I bounced, bought another place within fucking 6 months. And then now he's living there. I'm living here. And then we're just living our own fucking lives.
Wow.
But I mean, he knows. He has to know that this is the one that got away, right? I mean, like...
Hell
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, what the fuck?
I filed a divorce, so I'm the best ex-wife ever. Like, I tell all my ex-husbands, I am the best ex-wife you'll ever meet.
He will never. He can't get married again. He took your last name. How the fuck you get married again?
Well, he never legally changed it, right?
But did it go on the paper though?
It's on the fucking paper.
Exactly. So fucking this link is there. If it's on the paper, it's there. That's what I said. So like, he took your last name.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Find a new wife and be like, listen, bitch. What's your last name? My last
Let me take your last name.
Right, like, wait, what the fuck? Like, man, that's a tough one.
Maybe that's a movement, man.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, that's a movement. Yeah, you the goat for that one. She the goat for that.
Thank you.
She had your boy take your last name.
I didn't make him.
Damn.
I didn't even make him, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You didn't have to peer pressure him or nothing.
No, I didn't have to like twist his arm, no nothing. And then infidelity is still still temptation, right? Temptation still won. And
but you
I still gave it a chance, but I couldn't.
You should have told him, like, bitch ass nigga, you got my last name. How you fucking bitches and you got my last name?
Trust me. I know. And this is what broke the camel's back, because on my birthday this year, my birthday was on Easter. It fell on Easter Sunday, and I felt like I was resurrected that day because that was when I found out. Red-handed, he was cheating. Like, I came to his house. We were already living in separate places, and I caught him red-handed. He opens the door, lipstick all over his face, pants unbuckled, and then the bitch is right next to him wearing his clothes.
Wait, so you caught him red-handed?
Red-handed on my birthday, on Easter Sunday. And the reason why I came over, I popped up because I was like, I just had this feeling, right? And my dog... I had to just take him to the emergency room because my other dog bit him, so he had fucking stitches. My dog's passed out in the driver's seat. I'm like, dog, stay right here. I'm gonna go ring on the doorbell. Ding dong. Bitch opens the door, and he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this bitch? Like, I fucking popped off, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you and fuck you. I was like, I'm out. And then she's like, can you take me home?
What? So he fucking a bitch. He got your last name, and he fucking this bitch, and she ain't got no car, no Uber account.
I was a gentleman.
God damn.
And I was like, bitch, get in the fucking car, but sit in the back seat because my dog's fucked up.
You need a reality TV show.
Man, dude, that's what I've been trying to say.
God damn, where is the cameras at?
I don't know, Joe. It's the camera guy.
That's amazing shit.
Yeah. So I'm glad I get to be on your first episode and be able to share that. These people are gonna be like, where the fuck did you find this bitch?
Man, PX been around, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm experienced, man. I'm experienced.
Right, yeah. Right. I mean, hell yeah. You the first. Listen, my mom is 50 and my dad 52, I believe, or something like that. 52 and 51. I'm sorry.
Still young.
Yeah. They still young. And I've never heard. I can ask. I call them right now and they ask, hey, what the fuck? Have you ever heard of some shit? Matter of fact,
you call them?
I gotta call them. Shit like this, man. I ain't never heard no shit like that, man. Dude. Let me get him on the phone right quick and see.
That's gonna be live. I'm curious.
Please leave your message.
They're gonna be like, I'm not even gonna waste my time because no, Hannibal, no.
I was about to say, man, because my dad, man, he knows a lot. So I was about to ask, you ever heard of some shit like that? I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
that's amazing, man.
Has your dad been in the military or anything like that?
Nah, no. Man, we all come up. You know what's so crazy? Well, not me too, but my dad and my mom is from the same neighborhood.
Okay.
They just grew up in the streets, street people, and I grew up in the same neighborhood. This is them, but they were been moved out of this neighborhood.
Okay, but and you still there?
Huh?
Are you still there now in the same neighborhood?
No. I don't live there. I ain't lived in the hood hella long. In the neighborhood where I'm from in years. But we all, both sides of my family basically grew up in the same neighborhood.
Did your wife take your last name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. You don't get married, you wouldn't take my last name. Right.
Because I didn't. So the first one, I didn't take the last name. The second marriage, I hyphenated the last name.
That's what she. I think that's. I told her to do that.
That makes sense, right? Yeah. And then the third one, I was totally down. I was like, dude, I'll take your last name. And his name was Nguyen, Nguyen, and I was like, but really, it was a loss. I mean, number 3. It was a loss.
So you are what's your ethnicity?
I'm Filipino.
Filipino. Okay, gotcha. And was he Filipino?
No, he was Vietnamese.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and he was a plumber, which was weird because I never knew a Vietnamese plumber. I just thought, I don't know, they weren't Vietnamese.
I ain't never heard of a Vietnamese.
Yeah. But I mean, he was a plumber, but it was funny because when I was married to him, he would always ask, I would be like, hey, he'd be like, hey, I'm going to replace a sink. I need to fix the faucet. And I'll just be like, okay, cool. And then for some reason, I would end up doing it.
Oh, man. See.
Bro, I know how to fix the sink now. I know how to replace the motherfucking faucet, the fucking drain. I know how to do that shit.
Who would you fucking with to where?
I don't know, but I think that's what happens when you marry me.
Right.
I know. I learned all these things. I know how to cut hair now.
Damn, he took your last name. He had you fixing shit.
I'm like Rogue.
In the house. Right.
I'm taking powers.
God damn. You was doing everything. Now I see why you got divorced. That was heading into the wrong direction in the first place, man. Shit.
Save the trouble,
Exactly. Fuck. Damn, you doing everything, man. But he was Vietnamese. You Filipino. So Filipino, I got a lot of Filipino friends.
Yeah.
Pilo. We talk hella shit. Pilo the rapper, shout out Pilo the rapper. We talk hella shit about sports and shit like that. Yeah, a lot of Filipinos dig hip hop.
Yep.
And shit like that. You ever been with a black dude?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So after my second divorce, the first relationship I was in was with a black dude. And I met him at a fucking open mic, and he was one of the bartenders, and it ended up being the worst because he was a drunk. And I should have known. Man. I mean, he's a bartender, right?
He fumbled the bag. How the fuck?
And then one of the comics was spilling tea, saying that talking shit, and I confronted him about it. I was like, "What's up with this?" And he was like, "Nah." And then he just got drunk one night, called me while I was in Hawaii, and then broke up with me. And then the next day he called me sober, and he was like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "We're done." He's like, "You deleted me on Facebook?" I was like, "Yeah, you broke up with me." He's like, "But I was drunk." I was like, "I don't fuck around, man. Man. I'm good. I don't fuck around." My
thing is the hating ass comedians telling on him to you. God, it was a female or a male? You ain't got to say the name. A male. Yeah. That's even worse. You pussy.
It was a male.
Bitch ass nigga. What the fuck?
They went to social media, and I was like, really?
Oh,
I was
man.
Like, okay. But yeah, no, and that was the first guy. And it lasted, I don't know, 10 months.
Okay.
So it was short-lived. And then after that, just went back in the dating scene. Now I'm like, no more dating. I'm I ain't trying to do any of that.
It's okay.
I'm fine.
Man,
that's what we should just start normalizing.
Right. Listen, I think
it's okay to be alone.
Thank you. Not just alone. Fuck it. I'm going to take it even further. It's okay to, even as a woman, because males do it too. Women do it too, but it's okay to smash and go the fuck home.
Right.
It's okay to smash and go the fuck home.
I know people who do that, and that's okay. You know? I mean, old me, I'm a retired hoe, right? That's the same thing with my third ex-husband. We
Ain't
were both
nothing wrong with being a retired hoe.
And we came together, retired, and then he obviously unretired himself. You know what I mean? And so with that, I was just kind of like, you know what? It's cool. Go do your own thing. I'll do it. I'll take care of everything. I fucking took care of everything. Filed the paperwork. Bing, bang, boom. And now my family's just like, so is there going to be number 4? What the fuck?
No number 4, my ass.
What is wrong with people? Why would I want to torture myself like that?
I got 2 kids. I'm not gonna have no more. I'm not getting divorced.
And my kids are like, you're done, mom.
Exactly.
They cut me off.
No more
you're
stepdaddies.
You're done. Yeah. So and I'm like, I'm okay. I want to also start normalizing being able to have friends in a platonic relationship as adults. I want to start normalizing that because a lot of people can't do that.
I agree with that, and I feel like a lot of women be feeling like they're gonna be judged.
Yeah, and I don't think that's right.
No,
I don't think that's right. And same thing with men. Same exact thing with men. Men should be able to have friends that are women, but because of the society.
Yeah.
You know, temptation, right? They don't do that. But I am one of the chicks that have hella dude friends.
Right.
And Steve Harvey, I was watching one of the stupid things and he was like, that's impossible. A woman can't have a bunch of male friends because I guarantee those male friends are going to be trying to smash, right? I mean, but you can't stop what they're thinking.
Exactly, that's true. You can't
stop what they're thinking, but you could. But as a woman or as a man, right? You can still separate yourself and be like, no, we're still just friends.
Thank you.
We're still just friends.
Exactly.
And we should also make our partners feel secure and also know that this is just a friend.
It should be too much judging going the fuck on, man. Like, especially with women too. Like, men is like, people look at us as this natural.
Yeah, horny dogs.
Exactly. Yeah. But with women, they be like, oh shit, she shouldn't be. Listen, let that girl get a train ran on her.
Yeah, if she wants to do it, let her do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, why are we judging? Like,
if she want to fucking try that dick, so
let
what?
Them do it.
She grown, as long as she being safe.
And she ain't got no ring on her finger.
Exactly.
And let her enjoy herself.
She protecting herself. They not everybody clean. Everybody got tested. And go do what you, man. It's just fucking.
And life is too short to be worried about some bitch that has friends that are dudes.
Exactly. Life is too short.
Same thing with dudes.
Exactly. Life too short. People take, like, that's another thing. People take fucking sex too serious. Yeah. Life is too short to be worried about who she busting a nut with.
Yeah. Like, so no, who cares? Who cares anymore?
Who gives a flying fuck, man? No. Too much judgment these days, man. And I feel like that's part of the internet. All the comments and the shade room and the trolls and the comments and shit is like, fuck, man. Like, everybody judging. Like,
yeah, we don't need any more of that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like at that part of my life where I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, people can think whatever they want, and if they have questions, which everyone always does, because you had questions, right? You're like, hold on, let me ask some questions, and I like talking about it. I like talking about it. If anyone needs help about I actually officiate weddings.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the things that I love doing. I officiate weddings, and I tell them, like, honestly, I've been divorced 3 times, and I think marriage is a sacred thing. Just make sure that this is the person, like, this is the person you're gonna marry. And then if you do need help with divorce, come hit me up.
and one of the things I do in my relationship is, like, I try to keep everything, like, not so serious.
Right.
And I try to keep everything not so serious. I feel like nothing should touch. Home should be sacred. Like,
right.
Don't bring
your safe.
Don't bring nothing in the house.
Yeah.
When it hits the house, that's when we got to sit down and we got to really get serious and deal with it. Now, if we dealing with something in the house, that's different. But don't bring, like, anything from outside.
That's how I was raised.
Yeah, man. Like, don't bring
your parent. I mean, I'm sure you were raised the same way. Like whatever you do out in the street, that stays out in the street.
Yeah, man. Don't bring that shit.
You don't bring that shit home.
Don't get right.
And that's one of the things that I always told my parents. I was like, I didn't go home pregnant. I didn't go home with the cops.
Right.
Like, you got to give me a little bit of credit. I'm not a nurse, Mom, but give me some fucking credit here. I was like, so
that's real, man. So and I agree with that. Like you said, you wasn't a young hoe. You know, you got good grades.
Yeah, I did.
Became something. That's me. I'm okay. Like, sometimes people tell me, like, I'm like not the over the top parent, but I'm quote unquote mean.
Right.
But no, I'm simple. Like, good grades. Take care of your chores and shit in the house.
Right.
Especially my big kids. I shouldn't have.
That should be automated.
That should be automated. Exactly. Because when the bills is to get paid, it comes automated out my fucking account.
Right.
To take care of your motherfucking ass, so it should be automated.
I'm paying for your phone bill. Exactly. Why is the dishes in the sink?
My back, you get something right there too. Joke, you get something right there too, bro.
Different.
Like from right there. But yeah, man, I agree with that. You know, like if I'm taking care of you, I'm working hard. This is simple stuff we asking for, man.
If we don't, we're gonna spoil our children, and we're gonna have a rotten world,
right?
Rotten world, and we gotta be real. We gotta be real with our kids.
Yeah. So is it like? So how was it dating outside of, like, your ethnicity? I've never dated
outside your ethnic background.
No, I've never. I've had sex with.
Okay. Just to clarify.
Right.
It's just funny that you say that, because I did have a joke about that where it's like I never dated a black guy was my joke, but then that was the thing. I was like, I said I never dated a black guy. I never said I didn't fuck a black guy. So I actually have a joke that's similar to that, which is, I think, is kind of funny because I fucked a black guy obviously before I dated one.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I mean, dating outside my culture, when I married, my first ex-husband is actually Filipino.
Okay.
after that, I was like, never again. And I think that's kind of fucked up. I'm like,
wait, so you was like, never again? You not fucking another
no
Filipino?
fucking no Filipinos. Like,
damn. Can I ask why? Am I scared to ask why? Can I ask why?
No. It's just I just don't like. I don't know. The Filipino man, it's just too close to home. Like, it's just too much like my dad. And like, my dad is not like the ideal man that I would want to be with. Like, I want someone that's romantic. I want someone that, my dad's not like that. My dad barely holds a door for some people. He'll just like keep on squeezing his way through. Like, he's a little Asian man. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, and I prefer not Filipino. But if there is that Filipino, I'm not gonna knock them, right? You know what I mean? But just in my personal experience, yeah. And I think they get that vibe from me. Like, they look at me and they're just like, she don't look like she likes Filipinos. Or like, they don't ask me out. Like, you know what I mean? They don't like say anything. It's like, other cultures are more likely to approach me than Filipino men.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm intimidating. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe
3 divorces, 2 kids.
But that's one thing about us though. We not we don't give a fuck how intimidating.
We don't. No.
Right? No, I'm talking about us. Like as a black dude. We don't give a fuck how you mean you looking. All that. We gonna try. We gonna shoot.
They're going to shoot their shot.
We going to shoot our shot.
Yeah, no, and I give you guys that props because the first black guy that I dated, he shot his shot. I was at a bar, I was at an open mic, and he was like, let me get your number. And I was like, I don't give my number to people that I meet at shows.
Right.
Like, nah. And he's just like, come on. And I was like, you know what, well, since you're polite and I've never gone on a date with a black guy, you know what, I'll give you my number.
Oh, shit.
So I gave him my number, and then he started text messaging me, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I could just tell he was hella young.
Yeah.
From the way he was text messaging.
Yeah.
And I was like, hot AF. I was like, what the fuck is AF? And then I was like, oh, as fuck. I had to look up the Urban Dictionary and shit. Like, I felt hella old. And I was like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 21. And I was like, damn, at the time, I was like 36, 37 years old.
Oh, so you had a 21-year-old black dude blowing your back out.
Yeah. I know I was like 36 years old. Yeah, pretty much. Well, trying to, right? Wait, let me finish the story.
Okay.
Let me finish the story. And so then he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's nothing but a number, right? And I'm like, you know what? Since you've been a gentleman, we'll go on this date and we'll see where it goes. So we go on the date and we're eating. He couldn't even fucking pick the place. He was like, "Who you pick?" I'm like, "This is how you know you're dating a young man." He's like, "You want me to fucking pick the date? Fine." Anyways, we go there and he goes, "Oh yeah, so my birthday's actually next week." And I was like, "You ain't even 21 yet." Oh. Like, wah, wah. I was like, is there a camera up in this fucking restaurant? Am I being punked?
And this is before y'all
I hooked up with him.
Exactly.
So this is before we hooked up. So that night, obviously, took me out to dinner. He was a gentleman. I think we did end up hooking up. And then the next day, he was like, so how did it feel to be with your first black guy? I was like, I said I never dated a black guy. I never said I didn't fuck a black guy. Calm your nuts, man. Calm your motherfucking nuts.
Fuck, that was my next question, but you already
Yeah. And that was that. And then that guy, like, he did the ghosting me shit. And then I was Facebook stalking him once. And then I was like, why did he ghost me? And then it was found out he was seeing some other bitch. And I'm like, why do men do that? Just cut it off.
Right.
Just be straightforward. Like, I feel like people would appreciate that more if you just, like, I can't fuck with you. Like, I'm seeing someone else. I'd be like, okay, cool, bye. I'm out.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for coming through, man.
Thank you for having me.
I really, really
Such
appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to social medias, where they find you at.
Yes.
Your next shows and stuff like that.
PX
is a comedian, by the way.
pxcomedy.org. You can check me out. I list all my shows on there, but I'm also on Instagram, PX Comedy. Facebook, PX Comedy. Upcoming shows. Shoot, I'm like just trying to book myself as much as crazy because I need to stay busy after this divorce, man.
That's what's up, man.
My therapy right now.
Right. Hey, man. Okay, thank you for coming through.
Thank you. Congratulations again on the Prime, man.
Thank you so much. We had a phenomenal time. Thank y'all. Thank you for coming through. Hey, make sure y'all follow her on Instagram, Facebook, subscribe, all that good stuff. PX Comedy. This is the Disclaimer Podcast. We on this podcast do not mean any harm to anybody. Mentally, physically, or emotionally. We are just here for entertainment purposes and entertainment purposes only. Shout out to Bumble, Villon France, Bel Air, McQueen, and the Violent Fog, man. All the good sponsors. And thank y'all. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Follow us. Hit the subscribe button. I am your host with the most, Hannibal Thompson. And this is the Disclaimer Podcast. Yeah.